everyone. I'm Brojendro Singh, and welcome to Blazen Photonics live from India Hemp Expo at Bangalore, happening at Menfo Convention Center. Today, also, not just one guest, but we have another guy also from the Ganja show, Mr. Vipin Parkhya. So, all of us are here enjoying the entire day, and a lot of people we've met, showcasing their products and everything. But yes, the main center of attraction is Mr. Raman Chauhan. So, how's the trade show going on? How's the overall feedback?
Well, just like the first two shows, this third expo has been equal, if not better. And I think what we're really finding here amongst this Bangalore community, this techie community, is a genuine interest in the products, the technical aspects of the products, the longevity, and you see a true appreciation for something that's going to last a long time, and they're valuing the quality of our product. So we're very happy to see the response. And we're looking forward to the rest of the show here.
So recently the product, the growlights has been showcased, and even it's been now installed on the new Thailand project that you're doing currently. So what is the future of the growlights? Where are you heading?
Growlights is the future. Yeah. We are with growlights from of course the perspective of cannabis and medical cannabis. It is to provide a pure, clean product in an indoor environment, anytime, any place, any location. And as the world is legalizing, as there's different hotspots, different locations, we find the need to have systems in different places for processing, for medical needs, and for other purposes. The future of our lights in general will be, of course, to provide systems across the world, and as India opens up and expands, we're seeing our systems going out across India as well. On a further and deeper level, we're really looking forward to seeing more and more of our lights hit vertical farming, hit defense, hit things in the lines of global food shortages. So we're having a real look, a holistic look at the sort of the 360 view of what we can do with our lighting. So we're excited about it all.
Awesome. Now, changing gears a little bit. You can keep the mic over the light. Changing gears a little bit. I just want to know how you got started into cannabis. Like, what was the first thing that led you into this crazy business?
What one can say is always your friends will get you into trouble. and thank God both of those friends are no longer with us today, so they can't blame me. Okay. But what got me into cannabis was very much my interest in it. I grew up in California. During that time in my youth, it was illegal in California going to medical and then going to recreational as well. But at that time, being young, being politically active, seeing this as a great cause, something that we loved, something that we liked, and it was like, hey, why isn't it legal? Yeah. So there was that opportunity to be involved in the legality movement. And, in that time in the early 80s, I met great people like Jack Herrera and Ed Rosenthal and so many other players who are now old guys like me, or older guys than me. But, now it's just very interesting. Yeah. At that time, you didn't even think about it.
I can't imagine being in the 80s and being part of that moment. What was it like? Was it like the hippie culture and everyone just wanted to be free?
Well, in my day, we would say the hippie culture finished in the 60s and 70s. But for your day, because you're younger, yes, it was live in the hippie culture for us. Amsterdam was the only place to really go to get access to cannabis, and we attended cannabis cups from the late 80s into the early 90s as a delegate and so many other things, and as vendors. So it was all part of the experience, and now we're seeing it everywhere. So it's very exciting.
Now coming to the present, you're working in Thailand. What's the culture there like? I know it's pretty new, extremely new. Government is distributing cannabis plants. Now they want to change gears and just go 100% medical. What's it like working in such a turbulent political environment?
I think those are things that you see from the media's perspective. Yeah. But when you're there on ground, it's nowhere nearly as turbulent as what you've described. Yes, there are political parties, there are opposition, there are concerns to the way that legalization happened and started. There are concerns, obviously, to what's happening to the youth and what's happening to the local environment, what's happening with employment and tax collection. I think all of these things are going to be considered. And as there's a new political party, they are leaning towards making it, of course, strictly for medical and having more regulation. But truth be told, the laws that were passed were only for medical anyway. So there has to be a cap on things. There has to be a regulation. There has to be a way for governments to make their tax, and there has to be a safety and security for the citizens.
Yeah.
And for that, we very much appreciate and respect the government of Thailand for their efforts.
Yeah, that's amazing. Before we end this, what do you see the current cannabis culture, let's say 5 years from now, what do you see in India particularly?
In India, I see, just like in telephones, I see us going from the old handset to the mobile phone. And India is going to leapfrog above and beyond all of the other countries which have gone legal.
Yeah.
And India will not only leapfrog, but we will capitalize on taxes. We will capitalize on medical growth. We will capitalize on production. We will have SEZs where we can make money and export for all reasons whatsoever. And at the same time, whatever we need to do to protect the Indian environment, whether that's to legalize in certain areas, whether that's to be restrictive in other areas, I'm sure as a country we will navigate these things.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Raman, for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to meet you all.